Hello everyone, I am Abhishek and today we are going to solve regular expression matching problem. So which we have this problem we have solved in the last video from 0 to n, and this video I will be solving with n to 0, that is from backward. We will traverse the index from backward, and let's start solving. So first we will have our helper function where I will pass my string, then I will pass the n minus 1 index. So let me have first n equal to ns. Let me name is ns equal to s dot length and np as p dot length. So I will pass here the last index and then the pattern, and the pattern last index minus 1 here, and from here I will be returning. And let define our bool function helper, and here I have my string s, string p, and here int is the index of the string, and int ip will be index of the pattern. And here let us first think of how we can write our recursive way. So I can start with this. So star part we can start later, or if we got the star, if we got the star, then let's uh, take the star part later. First we will do the character and the dot part. So first I will take care of the character and dot part. So if s of is equal to p of ip, or p of ip equals to dot, then we can have our sub problem as we can pass the string as the same string, then is will be minus 1, and p and the p minus 1, ip minus 1, and else if we got our pattern to be star at this point, star, then from the star part I need to check the previous element. So it is every time it is given here that uh, if there is star, we found any star, then there must be any previous element. So I don't need to check any extra check that we are out of bound of the index or not. So I can directly proceed with if uh, s of is is equal to p of ip minus 1, or s of is equal to p of, no, not this, p of ip. So pattern is equals to dot, then if it is matching, then we can have our sub problem as we can have string minus 1 as it, as the string actually matched with one character of the pattern, and pattern and ip will be the same here, because here it is mentioned that the preceding element can be more than one number of times, it can match more than one number of times. If this doesn't happen, then I can have my helper as s it will be ISIP as IS, and then P and IP minus 2. I need to go to IP minus 2 if I am not matching anything. So that's it, and I can return from here, return false. And if I got true here at this place, I can return true. From here also I can return true, and from here also I can return true. And let's have our base case here. So base case, if my IS less than 0 or my IP less than 0, if any one of them is less than 0, and I found out first that if my IP IS is greater than equals to 0, then I will return false over here. If I found out that my IS is greater than 0, and if I found out my IP to be greater than equals to 0, then here I can have a check that if my IP is greater than equals to 0, then there is some element left, some pattern is left, and here I need to check the star part. So if P of IP plus 1 equals to star, so if it is coming at this point 0, I also need to check that IP plus 1 is less than P dot length. IP is less than P dot length, and here P of IP plus 1 equals star. Then I can return my helper of this, not this part, this part, as I am matching to 0 case. So here 0 case will be matched, and if this is not, if it's greater than 0, from here it is not returning, then from here I can return false, and then here I can return true. So let's check it if our answer is correct. This will be 0 0. Okay, here I need to pass the P only, not O. I have to pass the P. Here everything is correct. What happened here? Else if so everywhere I am returning false only, false. If its IS is greater than 0, then there is some element, so I will return false for sure. But IP if IP plus 1 is less than P dot length, then I can check if there is any star or not. If there is any star, then I am moving back to ip minus 2 index. And here if ip minus 2 index, false case, so if it didn't return anything from here, I will return false. Or if this case is not satisfied, I have to return false. That's true. C star. So I'm moving back. So for this case, let's have a check that B and B will be matched from here. Then it will go to -1 case. So if star is encountered, I am checking if is minus P minus 1 or IP is this. If it is this, I am moving back. Here it is star, so I am moving back to A again. So after moving back to A, I will again check the star part. Star is there, so this is same. I will again move back to one place. So I will move to A. I was on the A, so I will be out of my bound. So after I am out of my bound, when is is less than 0, I will check IP is greater than equals to 0. So I will start from here. Or not, so let's have this part. We don't need this condition also. So C star. So for this part, it will move to 2 step back. Then when it moves to 2 step back, the IP plus 1 is not star, but IP will be the star. So let's have the, so now our answer should be correct, but what happened here? On the star part, we returned false. So we encountered star here. Then we checked our S of IP minus 1 if it is equal or not. If it's not equal, then we are checking our dot part. So dot will be from also IP minus 1, not from here. That's the issue. Now our answer will be correct, and we have to implement our vector int dp ns vector int np minus 1, and then dp, and then I need to pass my dp over here. Then at the end of the base case, I need to write my dp of is and ip. What happened? Anything wrong over here? Okay, comma will be there. Still I am thinking something wrong I have done on some space. So I need to pass here dp. Then the vector, then I will pass it by reference. Nothing wrong I have done, right? I am taking my dp over here. Okay, comma vector of dp. Okay, I have to make one more greater than sign, so that like vector it's, so that's why. And then dp of is and ip not equals to -1, then I need to return this dp of is and ip. Then at the end I can have this one as equal to this as equals to this equals to, then that's it. All are done and I can submit my answer. No, still I made the mistake that I need to pass my dp over here. dp, and here also I need to pass my dp. Now I can submit my answer. Here I got true case. So A will be matched from this part -1, then we will move out of bound, but P will be 0. It will be not greater than 0. Okay, here we need to have P greater than equals to 0, and I need to check here if IP is greater than 0, then only I can have my check my IP, or I can just leave it as it is. If it's greater than equals 0, I can check if IP is star or not. If IP is not star, then I can return the false. And now our answer turns out to be correct. And I will tell you the time and space complexity. The space complexity will be, first of all, the time complexity will be the O of ns into np, and space complexity will be O of ns into np plus the auxiliary space, that will be O of ns plus np. So that will be our time complexity, and thanks for watching my video.